At the Mercedes-Benz Superdome, nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the New Orleans Saints. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Ezekiel Elliott, and he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Ezekiel Elliott, the ball carrier.
Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy. And that's what they're doing early in this game.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
3-yard gain.
The Vikings and Saints, you might recall, they battled in the wild card round a season ago, and it was the guys in purple who came in and pulled off the upset, with Kirk Cousins finding Kyle Rudolph in the end zone in overtime to sew up a 26-20 win. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Flushed out right. Caught right side, it's Jeffrey. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 43. A gain there of 21 yards. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Now Roethlisberger. Quick slant to Brown. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. And he'll go down at the 28.
Ezekiel Elliott.
Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
At the 28-yard.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle, feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a 1st down. So 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Hollywood, Marquise Brown. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And we see James, he will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
25-yard line.
carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Here's a quick throw by Dak, complete out wide. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, you got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And that will be incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A nice punt, but a good run back as well of 13 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They'll start the drive with Elliott. Elliott a 1st down and more. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
And the Vikings 1st down.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
Elliott on the carry.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Roethlisberger. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Turner's pass intercepted. The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
This defense is really flown around in the 1st half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
On 2nd and 15 now. Prescott. They'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Yards on the return following a punt of 41. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes.
Touchdown, Vikings! Marquise Brown. with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown.
For the extra point.
He's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Saints, nothing.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead now stands at 13. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this carries into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
Richie James on the return. The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And this is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
48-yard line.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Another run, this time McCaffrey. And he stopped immediately there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. To throw is Prescott. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
And less than a yard.
Here comes the Saints punter now. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Dan Bailey now for the field goal try. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
28-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And he takes his this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
A gain of 14.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's going to have a first down on a gain of about 10, and that'll take us to the 2-minute warning.
It's a gain of 10.
A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. So they have the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Finding room inside the 40. And he's got his man in stride, complete. 23 yards the pickup there.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Now Myers for the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go.
Vikings 20, Saints 3.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble of bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points seeded.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, the answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
First and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Umpire through the flag usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Prescott from the gun. Leaping, and he makes the grab. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty.
48-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Prescott, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They'll throw again. Prescott. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. Takes this about 5 yards deep. Decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. A 1st down throw for Prescott. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 25 yards that time.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. 1st down.
Brandon, a lot of times you'll see running backs rotate in and out of the game, whether it's completed pass, a good run, it doesn't matter. Here, not only does he stay in, but they go right back to him. And he makes another...
Looking for Rocket, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. The 20. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
And he's able to put it through.
Vikings 27, Saints 3.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
At their own 26-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play too.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Pitching it out to McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On play action, Prescott. Comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
But coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face, coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter defensively. They did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and say, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
They had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
Glad to be in the great city of New Orleans, rolling along here in the third quarter. 2nd and he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. So here now is Prescott as his guys will go for the 2-point conversion. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further.
27, Saints 11.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. As they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
On 2nd and 9, Roethlisberger, and his throw's going to be incomplete. Will Disley, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
Here's Sam Cook now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They come in off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball that cut down that lead. Now the defense has done their part, got them the football back.
Momentum started to shift a little bit when they scored the touchdown. It increased when the defense got them the ball back. Momentum definitely in their favor. Now they got to keep things cranking, keep it on high so they can keep cutting into that lead.
Off the play fake, Prescott. Incomplete. Force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Incomplete. Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Prescott. He lets it fly for Lockett. Double team, it's intercepted. Picked up by Marshawn Lattimore.
Well, I'll tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
No gain on the play. Second and 10. At the
second and 10. Here's Roethlisberger. He's going deep for Brown. And Big Ben intercepted a third time. Picked off by Tavon Young. And he will be out of bounds as the third quarter comes to an end with an INT.
That's what I'm talking about.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. Following the interception, here's Prescott. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up second and 10. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. They'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with third and 1. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his third and 1. And Eifert has it. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line.
For a Saints.
8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. This will be clocked just inside the 10. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a gain of 5, and it'll bring up a second down.
At the 9-yard line.
They run. It's Mark Ingram. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. The Saints on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. Here it's third and 2. Again, they'll run with Ingram. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3.
Brandon, and this can be so demoralizing for a defense. They've had 2 opportunities to get off the field. They haven't gotten it done. So now your coordinator, he's going to call every blitz that he has, any type of exotic, something that they haven't seen before. And he's also telling the defensive lineman, don't worry about holding people up. Just get in gaps and try to make a big play.
And not only not getting off the field on 2 opportunities, clock continuing to run. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Prescott now. That's caught at the 2. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Christian McCaffrey with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Saints get a bit closer. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. Stepping up, he'll try and run. But he will not get into the end zone. And that one hurts as it will remain a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Dan Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will make it into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first.
And he's into the clear. Past the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Hollywood, Marquise Brown, 75 yards. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. But 1 play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, 1 play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This will be their 3rd straight defeat. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. Oh, good footwork on the spin. And nothing but daylight ahead. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Christian McCaffrey, 76 yards. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. 10th carry now for Elliott. And his second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
9-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Again, it's Elliott. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. The pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Closed, locked, reinforced.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Takes this about 5 yards deep. Now Creasers, he's past the 30. Up to midfield. He's at the 30. Richie James. He will take this all the way. Some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now he dumps this off over the middle. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 in the first.
I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. The throw over the middle, taken in. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And they get 17 more on that one and another 1st down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards.
We're always talking about the athleticism we see from these guys on the field. How about the intelligence as well? He recognized that there was a screen pass on that one, broke off his pass rush, and got back to tackle the running back. That's great scouting and great reaction.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Prescott fires one out wide, complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 39, Prescott. And that a string of 5 straight completions. And it brings up second down. No, third down.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down. Prescott yet again. He's going to let it fly. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the safety, Kenny Vaccaro. And he will bring this all the way up to the 30-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Minnesota, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll have another road date next week with the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs.